Hey, good morning, Motivational Drive-By. Koko here. How you doing? This is pretty cool. I just drove across the new bridge. It's between St. Charles and South Elgin, I guess, or yeah, it'll be South Elgin. It's very cool. I really like this. This was neat. Well, anyway, we've been talking about expanding your scope so that you can, in fact, be a better person today than you were yesterday, and a better person tomorrow than you are today. There's a need to expand your scope of the world, of life, of things. Otherwise, everything stays the same. You know, you got to climb out of your rut, and make things better. So I have a list of things here, and here's a fun one. Return a borrowed vehicle with a full tank of gas. Okay, with gas being over $3 a gallon right now, that could hurt, especially every so often I will borrow my ex-wife's van, and she has never had more than 1/8 of a tank of gas in that car and ever, except I think one time there was a half a tank when I borrowed it, and I gave it back to her with a full tank, and it was a very expensive borrow, but I think it was schlepping stuff, so I thought it was okay. Okay, if that's the case, if the tank is empty when you borrow the car, and okay, maybe a half a tank, but you get my gist. I mean, if somebody has 3/4 of a tank and you borrow their vehicle to do something and you return it with 3/4 of a tank, that's just not necessarily as nice as it could be. I mean, you could do better than that. It's all about being nice and being good, and somebody is gracious enough to loan you their vehicle, or loan you their lawnmower, or loan you anything in particular. If they're, it doesn't really matter what they loan you. You should, it goes with kind of like yesterday, make sure things are better when you, when you leave a place. Well, if somebody's good enough to loan you something, then you should make sure that, upon its return, it is in at least as good a shape, if not better, than when you got it. So, full of gas, something like that. I mean, I'm trying to think of other examples, other than using gasoline, but, just make sure, if you borrow somebody's tool, get the armor all out and wipe it off. Wipe off the power cord. If you get it all goobery, might make sure you clean the goobers off. Get the air hose and blow all the dust out of it. Like I said, make sure you return the thing so that it's better than when you borrowed it. And it might be tough, and people say, well, why would I want to do that? Well, because then they'll let you have it again in the future. And how many times have you loaned stuff to people and it either came back broken, and like one of my ex-father-in-laws borrowed a belt sander from me, and it broke, and he was using it at his work actually for like a week, and he didn't feel obligated to replace it. He said, well, it was due to break. Yeah, but probably not when I was going to use it, because I wasn't using it hardcore like your guys. They did metal fabrication. In that case, he should have just replaced it. So the gist is, you borrow somebody's car, maybe even wash it. In the wintertime, that's tough. But I mean, you get what I mean. I mean, vacuum it out, do something, extra, make it a little bit nicer, wipe off the dash with Armor All. It doesn't matter, but, same thing in every situation. If somebody lets you borrow their summer cottage, if somebody lets you, borrow their apartment for a weekend or something, make sure you clean it. Make sure, you stock the fridge with beer. Make sure you get my gist. Okay. So as always, have a stupendous, amazing, spectacular day. Koko, out.